Well, welcome everyone to this end of summer celebration of student engagement in nursing research. I really want to thank you all for attending this event today and for having the opportunity to listen to some of the highlights from our summer students' research experiences. Our summer students, let's see if I can do this, help build as well as grow nursing research. They may have jumped through some hoops, but they managed not to drop too many balls. They were given a number of different assignments, which we'll hear about in their presentations. Despite what some of the pictures may suggest, they did work very hard, and it's amazing what they accomplished. But they also did manage to have some fun. And though I have to say, I've been doing this summer program since 2000, this was the quietest it's ever been. They built strong relationships with their research mentors, each other, and with staff in the MSNHR. So without further ado, I'm going to welcome our teams and individual presentations from the students. Each team or individual will have 3 to 5 minutes to share some highlights of their presentations.
Okay. So we are part of the Dream Team. I'm Natasha Clausen.
I'm Maribel Wayton.
And then there's also Caitlin Schmidt, who was in our group, but she's in class today. So one of the projects we worked on was the Manitoba Personalized Lifestyle Research Program, or Templar. So for this program, we worked out at the Richardson Center on campus here, and we helped with data entry. We got experience running participants for this study. And we also wore actigraphy monitors to get a sense of what the participants did in this particular study.
The second study we worked on was the IBT study, and it looked at the effectiveness of bedside video education in managing heart failure and pressure injuries, and we worked down at the HSC. Some of the work we did on this study was we recruited patients and conducted interviews with the patients, and we were also part of entering data entry for the study.
So some of the experiences we got to have was, this is us with our actigraphy monitors pretending to be participants. We got practice doing literature searching, data entry, interviewing participants. We also were part of the Volunteering Biomedical Youth Program Summer Camp at HSC, where we got to help students, high school students mostly, experience different healthcare professions.
Some of our individual experiences, my experience that I got out of this summer was that I realized that research requires a lot of patience and good research takes a lot of time, and research is an adventure.
For me, I enjoyed seeing how research directly impacts patient care. So this was through doing patient interviews and getting to see the people who were actually helping and the reason we're doing this research. Also seeing research as a team sport and all the different players that you need to coordinate with for it to run smoothly was a big thing for me. And then Caitlin found it was practical, accessible. I think what she was saying there is she sometimes felt like research was for the smartest people in the world and like not just anybody could do it, but seeing that it was something that she could directly impact and be a part of was really big for her. And
Between the students loading up, I'll share a few words and ad-lib, and I'll invite others to do the same. But just wanted to take this opportunity to acknowledge and express our gratitude for the College of Nursing for funding our summer internship program and their commitment to training the next generation of future leaders as well as nurse researchers. I also want to recognize the University of Manitoba's commitment in providing undergraduate student research awards and offering research experience through this award program. This year, the U of M awarded over 100 awards, and we're very pleased in the College of Nursing that we had 6 undergraduate students receive an undergraduate research award, and they will be sharing the presentations today. And 2 of the 3 that first up were part of this program.
So the presentation we have for you today is called the MC and HR Experience in RA's Tale. If you don't know me, my name is Sidra Kawaja.
I'm Darren Obafsoy, and we also have Hannah Payumo in our group, but she's not here today.
She said that she would Skype in, but we Okay. So our little story here starts with our training here at MCNHR. And when you get this job, you quickly get used to and get thrown at learning a lot of different skills. And our specific experience, we felt like our communication skills were really developed between our mentors and the staff, as well as with each other, which is a really important part of the collaborative process. And then our organizational skills, you have multiple responsibilities, and it's definitely a learning curve, but like anything else, you kind of just go with it. And then our computer and technical skills, which specifically to our projects are really important. Like I was working on survey design and doing lit searches, which is not something I have a lot of experience with. And I think Darren and Hannah both had a lot of SPS data collection and analysis as well.
So for During the Life, we had a lot of dimensions to our life as research assistants. And being together in a meeting room, we had to learn to work as a team. Just as this picture depicts, 5 heads are better than one, and with each other, we're able to reach greater heights at our specific projects. We're also able to learn how to keep up with time, with our responsibilities and deadlines. We're able to make realistic goals for ourselves, and we're also able to balance our time with the other activities that we had around us. For us, patience was a very, very big, major part of our day as well, because we had to learn to deal with little setbacks like waiting for feedbacks, databases like Signal and Scopus, but we were able to pull through at the end.
So throughout the summer, we got a lot of experience with events and different workshops that really supplemented everything. So back in May, we did Campus Beautification Day. So it's a fun way to do an afternoon with all the RAs and interns, and our office overlooks the garden, so it's kind of see our garden grow, and it was kind of fun. And then in June, we did Habitat for Humanity Field, and I think I can speak for everyone on this, that it was a really rewarding and humbling experience getting to meet the future homeowners and just getting to see all the staff and everyone involved and how much heart went into that day. I just think it's something that really stuck with us over the summer. And then in July, the girls went and volunteered at the biomedical youth camp at HSC. They got to talk through emergency situations with a lot of the high school students, like anaphylactic shock, CPR, and wound care, and I think someone did some really cool makeup. So I think the high school students really liked that. And then the university and MCNHR was really nice to put on a lot of workshops, which were really supplemental to our learning. And the ones that we found very specifically helpful were the SPS workshop, interviewing and data extraction. And then, it's not just all work. Sorry, go back for a second. We did have some fun, and our group is a bunch of foodies, so we did a lot of potlucks and pizza lunches, coffees, and some ice cream rolls on Friday. And thank you, Susan, for the Cupcake Fridays. Again, we super appreciate that.
So to wrap up, I would like to use this opportunity to give a big thank you to all the people that made our experience this summer an amazing one. So to Diane, thank you very much. You're a very big support to us, and we love the times when we had like the mini talks about non-work related things. Thank you for that. And thank you, James, for always making us laugh with your jokes and your amiable personality, and we tried our best to laugh most of the time. And thank you, Wanda, for always acknowledging our presence and asking how we're doing. We really liked that. Thank you very much. And for Susan, thank you so much, because you are always on top of everything, with deadlines and scheduling and everything, and we just thank you for that. And we'd also like to thank our mentors as well for all the opportunity and the skills we're able to learn this summer. Thank you very much. And our village would not be complete without thanking the faculty. So thank you, Dr. Martin, thank you, our dean, thank you everyone for everything we're able to learn through you. Thank you to Wanda, to Jasmine, and all the College of Nursing staff. Our summer was amazing, and we just thank you for that.
And I would like to echo some of their comments with respect to a big thank you to all the research mentors that partnered with the MCNHR in providing training and support to summer students so that they can gain a hands-on research experience. This summer, our research mentors included Dr. Donna Martin, Dr. Elaine Mordock, Dr. Benita Cohen, Dr. Linda Belnies, Ms. Jamie Penner, Dr. Michelle Lopchuk, Dr. Diana McMillan, Dr. Lynn Skirby, Dr. Wanda Snow, James Plowman, and myself. So without research mentors, we wouldn't be able to offer a rich experience, and your support, time, and involvement is critical to our students' experiences. So thank you very much.
Okay, so hi everyone. So for our team, we also had the opportunity to be summer interns for MCNHR, and we call ourselves the three Musketeers. We are not so short, we are not so tall. Yeah, so Naomi, she's Kira, and this is Ashley. So a little bit about who we are and what we did this summer. So I'm a fourth year Master of Nursing student, and that's my third year being an intern at MCNHR. I had the opportunity to work with Dr. Benita Cohen and Diane I worked on 2 projects and had other service requests that I did, and I also attended 4 workshops. So for my first project, it was a summer research internship evaluation. We've worked on this over a year, but this time around I was doing data collection, data analysis and reporting, and we also have a manuscript for publication. We developed some posters. We'll be having a conference in October, so we had to work around it, and also had the opportunity to attend research meetings. And my second project was with Dr. Benita Cohen. I attended research meetings with her at Rady Faculty of Health Sciences at Banatine, and it was basically looking at social justice and health professional pre-licensure education for the faculty. And we also conducted lit reviews, and finally we've written a background for a grant application. And then I also had the opportunity to work on the College of Nursing faculty survey and other lit searches. So.
Great. And I'm Ashley. I'm a 4th year student. This was my 2nd summer as an intern, and I got to work on a few different projects. The first project I got to work on was my team empathy project with Dr. Michelle Lobchak. So I worked on this project last summer, so it was a continuation. I updated a literature search on interprofessional team empathy or communication during discharge rounds, and I got to start preparing a manuscript. This let me learn a lot about refining lit search techniques, data extraction, and academic writing. The second project I worked on was the new grad employment preferences with Diana Sapanik. It was based on the provincial new grad nursing grad survey, and we looked at the preferences for full-time or part-time employment and the rationales why. And this was the first time I got to do some qualitative analysis and look at themes, and I also got a chance to do more academic writing. I've also been able to do various service requests, such as an analysis and lit search on nursing honors programs, and editing and formatting many different manuscripts.
And I'm Kira. I'm a 4th year student as well. This is my first year working at the MCNHR in any sort of research field or experience at all, so it's really interesting. And my main mentor was Dr. Wanda Snow. She was always there when I had a question, and I had a lot of questions. She was very patient with me. And also Diane was very helpful as well. So the 2 main projects I worked on were enhancing research capacity in nursing. I'm sure you guys have gotten some emails from me. So that one sort of, I learned a lot about the ethical approval process and everything that went into that, and also a little bit about qualitative interviewing. And then also for the next project, Anxiety in the Nurses, I learned about literature searching, data summary extraction, and sort of about forming hypotheses, trying to make connections, and looking to the literature for that. And then I got to work on other really cool service tests, stuff I wasn't really I hadn't really done before, like making graphics, paper editing, literature searches. And through this I got to work closely and correspond with a lot of faculty, such as Dr. Woodgate, Dr. Reiger, and Dr. Cohen. So thank you for trusting me with those service tests. And then we also got to do lots of activities, which people have mentioned. So Naomi actually served as a panel member on a Summer Research Training Institute workshop for new research assistants, which we all attended, and she did a great job. And then Ashley got to visit Dr. Lobchuk's care lab at the Grace Hospital related to her project. And then one of my favorite things was the Biomedical Youth Day Camp, which people have talked about, just getting to sort of see the next generation as well.
So we would say that the summer internship had tremendous impact on our academic, our scholarship, and other extracurricular activities. So for academics, we've gained valuable skills that we can implement in our clinical and even in our academics. And we've learned how to, we've learned the tips for grad school, and I know a lot of them are willing to do their masters and PhDs and stuff, thanks to Donna for the insight. And then we have scholarship. Some of us are on publications and other things, and also we are going. Some had the opportunity to present at conferences and stuff. Then for the extracurricular, we're able to give back to community, helping with building for humanity, and then with this gardening and all kinds of stuff. So that really helped us. We built soft skills. Now we know what teamwork is all about, how to communicate with people from different backgrounds and stuff. So that is a plus for this internship. We've learned a lot, and we are so grateful to MCNHR for this opportunity.
And with that, we want to thank you. Thank you to the MCNHR, to Dan, James, Wanda, Susan. Thank you so much for everything you've done this summer. To our mentors specifically, thank you for providing us guidance and instructions on our project, and to the whole College of Nursing for welcoming us this summer.
So the MCNHR was the first unit to offer a formalized program for engaging undergraduate students in research. And we formalized this program in 2010 with some funding from the College of Nursing Endowment Fund to pilot a new approach to fostering student engagement that offered student involvement on research project with one-on-one collaboration with a research mentor. Since 2010, we've continued to grow and evolve the program to include a greater number of students. We expanded the program to include graduate students, and we've also partnered to support the training and onboarding of all summer students by working closely with faculty who are also supporting summer students. So without further ado, I'll just turn this now over to Pio to present.
Hello everyone, so my name is Bio. I don't have a presentation today because I'll be speaking directly from my heart. So I have been at the MCNHR since November 2015, and I have been given the opportunity to work with a lot of mentors and faculties here at the College of Nursing. This year I was an undergraduate research award recipient. I worked with Dr. Lynn Scurvy on immigrant and refugee populations, whereby we're still working on a scoping review that we hope to publish before the end of the year. However, my experience in research has really formed the way I look at the world. So I remember 2 years ago, I worked with Dr. Cohen on equity and like how there are differences in resources for people, and that has shaped how I'm passionate about reducing those gaps in health inequities. So also I have worked with Diane with the summer evaluation program, whereby we looked at the summer school and tried to I don't know why I'm just rambling, sorry. We looked at the summer research program and tried to evaluate it and see how we can make it better. I've also worked with Donna on international students. While I was here at the College of Nursing, I was an international student, and I think that's my main area of focus, where I looked at ways we could help make things better in the faculty, and that was received very well in this faculty, and I see that it's continuing on. So my time at MCNHR has really helped to form who I am. The relationships I've made with faculty here have really helped long-term relationships, and not just doing research, but in the world, in the clinical setting, critical thinking, looking at the world beyond what it seems and appears like. And I'm very grateful for that opportunity. During the summer, the three main things I learned about research is the need for patience. Sometimes you plan out how you want things to go, but it doesn't go that way. So you just have to re-strategize and still try and meet those goals, as well as previous assumptions. So how to be able to decipher your assumptions and what the research is telling you and use that to change the world. So I hope that made some sense. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Hi everyone, my name is Sochi and I'll be speaking regarding my time here as a research assistant. I'm also speaking for Chantal, she's not here today. And this is a fancy picture. I guess you've seen this one a lot of times. Okay, so this summer I got to work with Dr. Rady on an undergraduate research award. We helped to organize a workshop focused on using the framework for ethical decision clinical making to reduce healthcare, to promote healthcare equity for flood impacted First Nations. And we used LSF and elders as a case study. And from this study, we learned the importance and significance of involving indigenous communities in research. If you see my next slide, that we actually created an abstract from the study based on the benefits of face-to-face research. So we created an abstract, and it got accepted for the Qualitative Research Health Conference in Halifax. So yeah. The next thing that I worked on this summer is the SHIRK grant. I worked with Donna on mobilizing knowledge to eradicate child poverty. This one was a really big one for me because I never worked on a grant before. I'd worked on an undergraduate research award last year, but I did mostly endnotes, literature reviews with Kendra. So I was like, a grant. But then, as usual, everyone in the MCNHR was so helpful. I remember I wrote the first draft and I went to meet Diane and I'm like, I don't know, what do you think? And it's excellent. So everyone, Diane, Wanda, even James, I met James on the project. And I'm like, Donna again. So yeah, this was really a new domain for me, but definitely collaboration was key to facilitating this project. I love this project. I got to speak with a lot of directors from other faculties in nursing. Director, I remember her name, but I know her. Okay, and I had to work with Dr. Riga again on the MBI project, Mindfulness-Based Arts Intervention, which was a project I worked on last year via my URA. And also on the Indigenous women's experiences of breast cancer, I had to do endnotes again this year, and I reviewed about 3,500 articles for relevance. EndNote this year was way easier than last year because I was so used to it, and I really loved doing EndNote this year also. And on Orange Shirt Day too, I'm the student lead on Orange Shirt Day, so if you didn't know that already, all inquiries should be sent to me. Okay, so this is Chantal. Chantal worked with Dr. Morodak on the Two Spirit project. Project that aims to increase knowledge about the traditional roles of two-spirited people, decrease stigma, and identify ways to be inclusive. This summer she created a research bulletin, that was one that stood out. She also transcribed some interviews, and she definitely thought that this research was good because we were making a positive difference in the lives of those I guess it was two-spirited individuals she wanted there. So Chantal went to the Indigenous Health Conference in May, and she did have a presentation about it where she discussed with us. And also, I and Chantal went to the Flood Ethics Workshop, co-organized by the Interlake Eastern Health Authority and the University of Manitoba. We both created that. And again, that was for that one. And we did create an abstract, actually 2 abstracts of that got accepted. And we have an LSF and youth gathering coming up on the way. It's going to be in October 2018. And also, I and Chantal are going to the Qualitative Health Research Conference next to Donna in Halifax from October 27 to 29, 2018 to present our findings. One is an oral presentation, impact of face-to-face, and also LSF and members struggles going back to their communities after the 2011 flood. And credits, definitely credits going to go to Dr. Donna Martin. This summer she's been awesome. She's definitely been a great mentor to I and Chantal, on top of emails, on top of everything. And she's so busy, so we want to thank you, Donna. And also Kendra for letting me on into your projects again. And also Dr. Lee Marder, who was Chantel's mentor, and she's also a mentor to me on some projects. So I also want to thank Diane, James, Susan, Wanda, and the MCNHR, and also Dr. Susan McClement for all her treats and all her support. Like we said, you've truly made this summer an unforgettable experience. And yeah, we're giving you all 5 stars. Thank you.
So part of the summer program includes a comprehensive training program. And for the last 3 years, we have partnered with Faculty of Education, Faculty of Kinesiology, Recreation Management, and Center on Aging to offer a summer research training institute that provides a variety of workshops that supports research training for undergraduate students, graduate students, research staff, as well as faculty. And this year we were pleased to offer 20 sessions that were attended by a total of about 165 attendees. And these sessions were run between May and June, and 10 of the 20 were facilitated by MCNHR staff, thank you James, because he did a bunch, as well as College of Nursing faculty and staff. So thank you to all that were involved and helped contribute to this year's success of the Summer Research Training Institute. And our last presenters of the day.
So my name is Caitlin Knott.
And I'm Shivani.
We were working with Dr. Jamie Penner this summer on dementia-friendly communities and family caregivers. So we started with Jamie in May, and throughout that process we did a lot of training institutes through the MCNHR, which we found very valuable to our learning, because both of us don't have a primary involvement in research. So like I said, we did family caregiving and dementia-friendly communities. So I don't know if many of you know, but family caregivers are essential in their roles, especially with people with dementia. They care for people in the community. They allow people to stay in their homes within the community. They do anything from cooking to cleaning to transport. Without them, I don't know where they would be. And dementia-friendly communities are an emerging approach in Canada. They have been studied elsewhere in Japan and the UK and been quite developed over there. And these communities focus on inclusion and support of those with dementia as well as their caregivers. So things like a static space is an inclusion of dementia-friendly communities, as well as things such as programs for family members as well as caregivers, and those with dementia, such as coffee shops, choirs, etc. So we wanted to understand caregivers' experiences of dementia-friendly community, so we set out on a scoping review this summer.
So as I mentioned, I'm Shivani, but I'm not from this faculty. I'm from the Department of Psychology, and I just wanted, because I have, sorry, let me restart this. I'm an aspiring graduate student, and I wanted to have some research experience, which is why I wanted to go outside of my faculty to get more interdisciplinary experience, and it paid out. So we're working on a scoping review, and a brief explanation of what a scoping review is that it provides us an overview on a broad topic, ours being dementia-friendly communities. We wouldn't say that dementia-friendly communities is new, but it has been definitely an understudied topic, as Caitlin mentioned. And a scoping review also informs us the extent and the nature of the subject area that we're looking at, but it also helps reveal the gaps in the knowledge, and here being on family caregivers within dementia-friendly communities, and that helps us to inform our future work. Some of the research questions we worked on, there's 3 of them. So we looked at the ways in which family caregivers are included and supported within DFCs. We also looked at their perceptions and what the impact of dementia-friendly communities have on the family caregivers. With the overall objective being that we really wanted to explore the experience of family caregivers, of those living with dementia within the DFCs. So this summer research experience has allowed us to get a lot of technical skills. I have to say, Sochi, I do not relate with you on the EndNote experience. I had a very different experience with EndNote. But we started with developing our research questions, and basically they're the stepping stones to helping you form your later search strategies. Then we moved on to conducting later searches. We used a lot of databases, so CINAHL, Scopus, just to name 2 of many out there. Data management,
And no, we had a total of 1,311 articles that we retrieved and that both Caitlin and I screened. We screened for title, abstract, and full text. And we assessed the articles against the inclusion and exclusion criteria. We then went on to the next step, which is data extraction. We used a spreadsheet, Excel, to extract the relevant information pertaining to our research questions. And then we went on to, we're working currently on synthesizing the evidence, and the last step being knowledge dissemination, where we plan to synthesize all the knowledge that we've had from the scoping reviews and the articles overall, and plan to write up our results in a peer-reviewed journal.
So what we've learned for myself, scoping reviews were a new topic to me, introduced in a course in the College of Nursing, but Jamie's really developed our knowledge on those and kind of guided us in how to conduct the scoping review, which is more than just a literature search and going through the literature. It involves expanding your scope and looking at different places where you wouldn't normally look for research, so using different databases and other great literature, as well as kind of points to future research direction. So myself being a College of Nursing student, family caregiving is something that I was very interested in going forward, and so meeting with Jamie Penner really found that it kind of matched up, and going forward seeing just how necessary they are within the community, and kind of learning where those research gaps are as a point for future work. And that research plans are just outlines. Like Shivani said, we did have a lot of problems with endo this summer. It was not a smooth transition to the program, but just being flexible with what you were doing with working and knowing that it may take you a lot longer to get something done that you thought was going to take you an hour.
So my summer research experience has been really insightful. It's allowed me to hone a lot of skills. Not only as a student researcher, but also through different channels, from being mentored by Professor Jamie Penner to the different resources on campus, so the Summer Research Institute being one of them, and also the really good supportive assistance we had from the librarians. We came up with many questions for you, but you helped guide us, so thank you. The summer research experience has also allowed me to develop critical skills, critical thinking, but also how to introduce us and further our knowledge on methodologies, with scoping reviews being just one of the many out there. And it's inspired me to continue looking for a similar experience that allowed for learning, creativity, autonomy, all while being part of a team. On a personal level, I wanted to have an understanding of what research entails. My major is psychology, so I'm really grateful to, I always feel like I'm a spy in this faculty because I'm not a nursing student. So I'm really grateful to have had the opportunity of learning research and to use it to broaden my vision, but with an interdisciplinary lens. So in terms of this study, I think in particular it was looking at dementia patients, so that would fall within the scope of abnormal psychology. So it was really interesting to see and work on a research project where it is about something that's out there in the community and not just theoretically in books. And also, I would definitely recommend other summer student experiences, if you're watching, to definitely look for research experience, because it helps you deepen your knowledge and involvement with your subject of study, but also it's a great opportunity to get just an avant-goût of what research is if you're looking to get more experience for your master's later on.
So lastly, we just like to thank Jamie Penner especially. She's been great helping us in the transition of learning research and understanding what this whole process is about, as well as the MCNHR for housing us, even though we were not good tenants and we were not there often, but we do thank you for your space and offering your assistance to us, and then the librarians who kind of helped us parse out all of the minor details that we needed to work through. Thank you.
I'd like to thank you all again for coming. I'd like to extend my gratitude and thanks to all the students for doing such a wonderful job with their presentations. Working with students is one of the most rewarding aspects of my role within the MCNHR. I continually grow and learn from the students, and it is a wonderful experience, but I wouldn't be able to do it with alone. The support that James, Wanda, Sue, Susan, and Donna provided to the students is integral to the success of the summer program and to offering a rich and rewarding experience for our students. So I want to thank you again for coming. I also want to see if either Sue or Donna want to say a few words before we conclude. And
thank you very much, Diane. I just wanted to really extend my congratulations to our summer research interns. And you had amazing presentations today. And I know that the people who will be viewing the video will be in awe about your scholarship and such genuine integrity of not only your learning and research, but how you've really given back to the community and how you're going to use the research to be amazing nurses. So I want to thank you so much.
So I just want to echo what Donna has said. We are so very proud of you. You just can't imagine. I came into this scene late and my heart is bursting with pride. So I can just imagine how all of those who have been working with you for so long must feel. When you were talking, the themes that I heard coming out were things about the things that you learned, but things that I learned about you as people that are also going to make you really, really good nurses. I heard about humility. I heard about gratitude that you had. I heard about thankfulness, but I also heard perseverance, curiosity, and all the things that you need to survive in healthcare, right? So those are all really good. And you know where Donna's new office is now, and you know where the graduate program is. So, you know, after you've graduated, come on down and have a chat. And don't rule out graduate work in your future. But even if you don't go on to graduate school, I think the work that you've had, the experience that you've had, will enable you to use research in a much different way. And we need a cadre of nurses who really kind of understand and get research and understand why it's important, right? So we're passing the torch on to you, and I know that you will shine brightly. So kudos to all of you.
well, thank you all. If you'd like to stay and have some cake and continue to socialize and interact, and you're more than welcome. And this concludes today's event.
And there's cake.
And there's cake.